Welcome everybody. What's up, guys? How we doing?
What's up?
Pretty good. How
Had a
are
little
you,
late
Austin?
start, but it's all good. It's all good. We're rocking and rolling.
Good.
Better
good.
late than never.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
up, everyone?
I see we got some
We ha-
interesting names in the chat here. What
Yeah,
is
dude.
this? Oh my god.
And we have quite the lineup too backstage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, we have a bunch of guests today. We got some different content creators. We got some people from Kyoto. Welcome, everybody. Y'all know the drill. I'm going to share this here. Make sure you let us know in the comments where you're watching from, what time is it, whatever you feel comfortable with. We got people from all over the world joining us today. It is 5:11 my time. What's up? What's up? What's up? Bartosh Sumya. What's up? What's up? Yo, so today we're going to be talking about how in the world are all of us, how we making money in this bear market. And, obviously we're going to have some content creators on, an actual project on how in the world are they making money in a bear market, kind of just a roundtable discussion on how everybody's doing, because these are the types of conversations I honestly really like having. This is what helps us grow. This is what helps us learn, instead of just all the flashy, you can make money and have a Lambo tomorrow types of conversations. I think these are the ones that need to be had, especially these days. We got New Zealand, 11 a.m. We got some loyal watchers here, 2 p.m. all the way on the other side of America. We got Michigan, that state up north, as some people call it. I'm an OSU fan, so if anybody didn't get that reference, that's what that is. All right. Well, without further ado, let's get everybody on stage here. So I'm starting on no particular order. I'm just seeing what on my screen is. We got Good Day Crypto, Sean Clark. We have Ashley. We have the one and only James Pelton and Tom. Oh, and we got one more, Ash. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
It's a party.
What's up, guys?
Nice to make it, Ash.
Yeah, do you know what? I was just having dinner. I was 5 minutes late, but I appreciate everyone waiting.
Night off. I've got red wine.
I think someone has background.
Yeah,
something in
Tom,
the background.
Can you mute your TV by any chance, Tom?
Oh, is that what that is?
Thank you. Yo, good to have all of you here. And one more may be joining us in a bit, Simon from Kyoto as well. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Such pleasure.
Thanks for having us. This is fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite, man.
Yeah, of course. And Austin had a really great question that I think everybody here is feeling right now. How are you guys making money in the bear market right now? Is anybody doing really well in something that they want to share?
Kyoto's always doing well. We've done.
But is Kyoto making money in a bear market? That's the question.
Yeah, look, we've done over $2 million worth of sales in the last 4 weeks for nodes, and a good proportion that's BUSD. Good proportion that's taking Kyoto out of the ecosystem. So yeah, I would, and bear in mind, we done the largest fair launch at 2.5 million, and the fact that we've done over $2 million in nodes puts it into perspective of it's the same size as our fair launch. So yeah, I would say it's tough. It is definitely tough. The liquidity is definitely lower in the markets, and there is a lot of fear. But if you've gone through the cycles, this is the time that you build. This is the time that you kind of add to where you think's best, and kind of ride it through to the bull market. That's how you make money in a bear market.
Yeah, absolutely. What about from the content creator side, James? Sean, what are you all doing, man? What are y'all doing making some money or losing money?
Yeah, right. No, that's a lot of that. I mean, revenue is the king right now. We're used to new people coming in, and right now, the crypto market cap is only going down. So, just looking for revenue. That's kind of the question I ask everybody who comes on now is like, hey, where's your revenue coming from? And if they don't have an answer, or their answer is, oh, new people, we're doing this marketing push and new people are going to buy in, then I kind of like, good. That's great. Okay, next.
I messaged you a while ago, James. I messaged a lot of people. Like, obviously, when I messaged your bonks with regards to the launch pad and wanting to put some, I hope you can't hear the telly anymore, by the way, Alex. Is that better for you? with regards to the launch pad and marketing packages. Like James sent me back like the website and bits and pieces, and Alex, obviously you sent back like we talk a lot. But then there's so many people that I've spoken to before that message me back the generic response. They didn't even look at who I was. I felt like even though we'd spoken so many times before, they were like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Like I'm having a bit of a break unless it's checked, the project is KYC'd and we're all comfortable. I'm sorry, but it's not that market anymore. We're not doing it right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and actually in some ways, this has helped my channel because a lot of content creators are just shutting down and they're just, we're not going to do it right now. So I'm actually finding, people have been asking me, hey, is the number of AMAs slowing down or anything? But actually, I think I'm getting more than I was just because there's a lot like Jesse, Jesse Eckel's a good friend of mine he's not covering hardly any projects. Your friend Andy's like, I'm not covering any projects. Chris McCauley's like, I'm not going to cover any projects. So people who still are, I think are, getting some more coverage.
I had that exact response off Austin, by the way. Austin was like, no.
Well, it's funny because it was what, last week's or a couple weeks ago's episode. We had you on for a little bit, Tom, and I totally forgot that you even asked me. I was like, yeah, this is a while back.
I think until it's come to, like, I was under so many aliases, and then till it's come to Kyoto, and it's just such a comfortable place to be. Like, and now, the whole doxing situation's out. Like, everybody knows who I am now. You can't really be a part of Kyoto without having your real name out there and being comfortable being a part of it. But yeah, I felt for you, Austin, because there was the whole Titan situation, the whole Liquid Capital situation, and I watched the live with you and Alex on, and it was tough. You were out there trying to help your own viewers, help your own your own followers. Yeah, it was a tough watch, really. I understand where you're all coming from. I really do.
Yeah. I think when it came to that situation and just in general, when it comes to crypto, I share exactly what James just said as far as like, when it comes to content creators just being like, I'm not really talking about projects. That's kind of like what I've been going and the route that I chose for my channel as well is, I think when it comes to creating content for me, I want to try to provide different tools and resources that I believe is sustainable and consistent, especially given what the heck has been going on in the market. And I've been capitalizing on that a bunch, and I just don't see that right now with 95 to 99% of these projects out here. And, it's just like, why keep taking these gambling plays where at what point am I just like, promoting gambling pretty much, versus actual skills that you can use years down the road. So
you say that though, but Simon's here. He's what? A short time into learning crypto, and like Ash has just said, he's sold over $2 million worth of nodes, like in a short period of time. If it's there to be had, if there's he says what?
Ducky says, why is all of DeFi in the live stream? Well, you're not here, bro. You're not here to talk about True Seekers, so all of DeFi isn't here.
Yeah, true that.
Speaking of gambling, that was actually my last video. I bought a bunch of scratch.
I watched that, dude. That was so good. That was so funny, man. That was so funny.
How did you do this?
What was that? I bought $500 worth of scratch tickets, and I won 200. Does that mean you haven't watched the video, Enrique?
I haven't.
Oh, come on. No, so I bought $500 of scratch tickets, and I won $240. So it was better.
You lost $260.
But were they normal scratch tickets or were they raffles tickets? Come on, you should be upselling here.
Tom, I was gonna say it.
Yeah, no, funniest comments were people telling me how wrong I was doing it. They're like, you shouldn't have bought all sorts of different ones. You should have bought one roll of one kind. That's your best odds. And I was like, I was just trying to make a joke. Okay. I wasn't actually trying to make money.
I just want to say I'm making money in the bear market from all of these super chats right now.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody. Mr. Pringles, Mike Brantley, Suzanne Harvey, and Barry. I won't say the full name. Thanks, Barry.
That one.
I appreciate
I was waiting for that.
all
one.
of you guys.
I was gonna say
Oh
though,
my
like with everything
gosh.
that's gone on this week, it's nice that to have like YouTubers, content creators, because you guys are somewhat of a voice of trust, because they're like, a lot of the time when we hear of new projects, we are like, let's hear YouTube on that. Let's get, some opinions from people who have been in the game for a while and have done a lot of projects. So being a voice, a trusted voice, and someone who will still maybe not cover new projects or sketchy stuff, but just be like, we're here, we're all here, and here are some things you can do to protect yourself moving forward. Here's some ideas. So that's kind of a cool thing to think about.
Cheers.
Yeah.
G-
And
going
by the
back
way,
to
some people were asking in the comments who everybody is. So if you want to start, Austin, and then we'll just like go around. Does everybody just want to introduce themselves briefly?
Before we do that, we have this random guy in the chat that just sent 50 BUSD super chat or 50 USD super chat. I don't know who this guy is.
Dude. Oh my God.
Bonks,
Thank
you're
you,
killing
James
it, man.
Pelton.
That's a Valentine.
James, thank you so much. Holy cow.
what a guy.
Dude, thank you so much.
That's funny.
I appreciate that.
Hey, thanks for
So
inviting me
much.
today, man.
Dude, you always have an open invite on here.
I didn't know
seen-
that. I was so honored. Like it's all of DeFi in here, and I just kind of watched from the outside, like, someday I'd love to be part of that. So today it's happening. Thank you.
I've seen some beautiful pictures
Yes.
of you out eating food in Dubai, James.
Did you see some good ones? Yeah.
I've seen some really good ones. Yeah, you look like you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's
It
one.
was-
I
it
think
was
there's
a
one of
fun
you and
trip.
Alex, and they look like they lay on the floor to take the picture, and you look absolutely massive in comparison to Alex.
Oh, well, Bonks, the biggest surprise of the trip was Bonks is a little bit shorter than I thought he was.
Yeah. The camera adds a foot. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's
Hey,
the
thanks,
pillow
yeah.
on
That's
your
a fair
on
one.
your chair.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Sub-Zero. Another comment I got a lot was people were like, I didn't realize how white you were, James. I'm like,
Yeah.
right there. I mean, when I go outside, I burn in about 5 seconds. So I sit in my office like 20 hours a day. I don't know
You
what
literally live in Nebraska. You guys get sunlight like 2 days a year, right?
right? Exactly.
Oh man, yeah. So let's introduce here. Let me actually organize this room. So we got all the hosts on the top here, so it's easy from everybody.
There you
So
go.
I got Austin Clark here. I do content on all things passive income, all stuff like that. When it comes to how to make passive income, I talk about real estate, crypto, stocks, anything like that. And I used to talk a lot more about crypto projects, but not recently, like we just discussed. So if you just now joining, welcome, and I will pass it over to Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex. My channel is called Yabonks, and I make DeFi and crypto videos and talk about whatever, hang out with a bunch of cool people like this. And I run an animal sanctuary, and that's basically my whole thing. So, Enrique, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. And I compliment Alex perfectly because he's very kind of, high energy and I'm very low energy. So we mix just perfectly. Right? And Austin's kind of like in the middle. But yeah, my name's
Yes.
Enrique. Nice to meet everyone. And my channel mostly focuses on charts, trying to find edges, trying to figure out what's going on with these crazy markets, bringing the macro into it. I talk about the macro a lot because it does affect crypto quite a bit. And we just try to figure out different ways to make money, whether it's longing or shorting. You asked earlier who's making money right now. It's those that are shorting. And we've been taking a pretty aggressive shorting position ever since March, really. So, and nothing's changed, right? And with everything happening right now in the market, it seems like that's still the optimal move is to short. So a lot of people complain that maybe I'm too bearish because I'm constantly shorting the market, but it is what it is. And I look forward to longing the market when things turn around a little bit more, and B, kind of like Austin, I look forward to doing promo videos and AMAs again. I haven't been doing them either just because, with the market being so poor right now, I just didn't feel that's the greatest time to promote new projects. So I'm kind of like Austin. I haven't really been doing it unless it's an amazing project, right? Like something like Kyoto. Happy to talk about Kyoto all day. Amazing project. So James, I guess we'll move to you.
I'm James Pelton. I'm Yabonks' hype man. That's my
Yeah.
point people to your
That's
bond.
me.
I actually, let me see if I can find this real quick. Hold on. I have a to-do on my to-do list. I have a massive to-do list every day. Oh, where's it at? Oh, it'd be funny if I could show. Oh, yeah, here. Can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be good.
This is be funny. This is on my to-do list for today. Well, I'm watching if you can add that, I'm watching a covered calls training course by Decade Investor. So that's good. But also look at my to-do list right here. Blow Up Ya Bonk's YouTube channel is on my to-do list. So that's something I'm going to be trying to do today.
No way.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen, brother.
Is it your birthday,
Thank
Yvonne?
you.
What's going on?
I don't know why.
Every day
it's Jimmy-
his birthday.
He's been on my mind a
James
lot.
is just a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, James is just a good dude. He's been helping me out here in YouTube since day one, essentially. You can go back to one of my first videos ever was me interviewing James when I had like 30 subscribers. He's like, yeah, I'll come on your channel. I'm like, really? All right, cool. So I appreciate James a lot. Thanks, man.
Dude, just when you make it big, just don't forget me, okay? Remember
Well-
me when you get there and bring me along with you.
I'll never forget. I'll write it down on my to-do list too. Pay back James somehow in the future.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah,
It's your turn, Ashley.
Yeah.
Who is Ashley?
Ashley.
Who is Ashley?
Who are you?
That's what everyone's asking.
Coyote Ugly.
Who is Coyote Ugly? That was no, I am a DeFi girl. I love the DeFi community, and I have a lot of friends in DeFi. I think that it's awesome to make friends and talk to people about new projects. And now my latest one has been Kyoto, which I'm just, through the roof about, and we'll talk about all day anywhere I can. So be careful where you invite me. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I love it. And thanks for having me on. So it's cool just to hang out.
What's your Discord name, Ashley?
Hedible's wife. My
Okay.
husband has a cannabis CBD gummy company called Hedibles. And so
Oh, nice.
I'm Hedible's wife. Yeah. We'll see how much longer that
Actually,
lasts.
we talked about that, didn't we? We talked about that, right?
About what? Am I
Well,
not supposed to say that?
You're changing your name, right?
Yeah. Simon's my handler. So if he says change my name tomorrow,
All right.
it'll be changed. But that's all about me. Nothing great. Nothing too interesting.
I highly
Right.
disagree. I think that industry is really great. I'll just say that.
Yeah. You can do that on
Absolutely.
another show.
Yeah, we can talk about that
Yeah.
some other
You
time.
got a new customer right now.
Who is Sean Clark? I want to know who
Check out
Sean
my
Clark is.
Discord
Hey, g'day, Crypto.
Sean
G'day.
Clark is got the best haircut here. Full stop.
Oh, man.
Glorious.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
Cheers. So my name's Sean. Channel's G'day Crypto. When I started my channel, I guess I spoke a lot about one single project. We don't need to bring that up. Quite interesting, but amazing.
Maybe we do.
I'm happy to talk, and when I talked about that project, I came to it from a very level head, saying what was good, what was bad, and always to have a plan. Really encouraging people to take profits. I think that's the biggest thing. Now, as I've pivoted my channel, really talking about good, decent projects in the DeFi market. Some of the videos I cover, we don't know what will happen in the future, but to know there are, like, I believe, like with Kyoto, like transparency is key, and trust, but having real utility as well. So just showing people what else is out there, and maybe that informs people to go all in whatever project they're currently in. Otherwise, they can make a greater decision and see what else is out there, and maybe they invest in that, or it allows them to do their own research. But really just encouraging people to look into projects deeper and not become a maxi in any one thing, unless you have solid conviction. And even then, I think that's dangerous.
True.
You're a good man, Tom. Love it, Tom.
Tom's got a baby.
So yeah, I mean, most people here know me. However, this is Baby Kyoto. Ash promised me a master-node. I'm yet to see it.
I need to see the birth certificate.
Listen, we can bodger that, like, you know, for a bit of coin. However, I mean, most people know me. I'm a pain in the ass. I was. If there's something wrong with something, I'm quite happy to say it. I brought up in Titan. I brought up everywhere else. And I was happy to fight for a community. And that's all I did from the start. And when it came to Orbital Swap being taken over, there was a vote. Kyoto won. Kyoto noticed that. And so I've been taken on the team. I didn't quite realize that Frank and Ash would be hammering me as much as they are these days, and how busy that they would keep me. But I'm proud to be there. You know, it's a project where it's transparent, it's truthful. You know, they're supporting people like Alex, Austin, Enrique, Sean, you know, James, anyone that's out there telling the truth that's in these times where things are hard. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. And so she, as you can tell, because she's not screaming. However, I will mute just in case.
That's a good call.
Okay, guys. Well, I'll introduce myself. So I'm the CEO and founder of Kyoto. I don't need to discuss Kyoto too much. I think it's been spoken about as we've worked our way through here. But it's good to be in front of everyone and have a dynamic mix here. And I'm looking forward to what we talk about. Simon, I'll pass on to you.
Pass to me. So firstly, Austin and Enrique, I mean, I've watched a lot of your shows. So do you remember about a week ago when Bonk said, we had a laugh. Tom was there, and this guy came in. You were like, "Who are you?" And it was kind of a laugh. My screen didn't work.
Your screen was breaking up.
The screen was breaking up. It was black, and it was like, "Who's this dude?" And it was like, "Let's invite everyone." Right? So now you can see me. Here I am.
There
right?
you go.
So I apologize for that, but just to go back on that, I mean, Yarbonks did. I was just getting into bed, and he was like, "Someone let me down. Simon, can you get on?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." So I got out of bed, came downstairs. Then my phone didn't work, and here I was talking to people that are so apt in this community that I've listened to, learned from, and suddenly I'm there because me and Alex have waffled a lot, right? You know.
Oh yeah.
We talk till the cows come home. He owes me a lot of talks. And then he invites me on. I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited. I'll get out of bed. Sorry, hon. Sorry to wake you up. I'm coming downstairs now. I get on. And you guys are like, who is this dude? So this is this dude. Here I am. So
hey, I'm glad to see a face to the name.
Yeah, there you go. So I work for Kyoto. I work in the business sector of it, really. I want a strong... I believe there needs to be a bridge. You guys talk the way you do. So let me ask you a question, Enrique. I said to you in my blank screen, okay, I asked you one question and you said, I'll take this. Do you remember that?
I don't. You're gonna have to
remind me. So that's how busy you are. So I was like, look, if you had some newbie online right now, what would you suggest? What would you advise to me? I told you guys that, I gave you a bit of my brief background. What would you suggest to someone that doesn't know, all I hear is when Moon and when Lambo, and he's been rugged and he's been rugged, and you guys talk a different language. What would you suggest to a newbie coming on board? And Enrique, you jumped on and said, look, I'll take this. And you jumped on Bitcoin and you listen, this is what I suggest. Now, I have listened to you guys, but I've been learning over the last few months. I think Yarbonks could vouch for that. But my background is business. I mean, large-scale business. I've partnered with Homeland Security, the Home Office. I've been through Parliament twice. I kind of said that day, but you couldn't see me. Now I can speak with my mouth working. But 5% of the population are in crypto. You know, CZ just said on an AMA 2 days ago, don't invest in crypto. That's not good for business, right? But the business that I bring to this table is the other 95%. So how do we bridge what you're doing, what we're doing, which is necessity? It is the future. We know this.
Mhm.
However you utilize this technology, there is no way around it. You know, Ponzi-nomics, whatever. Barclays Bank, got Premier account, they are Ponzi scheme. Everything. We just had in the UK, come on Ashton, stick up for me. But Jeremy Hunt today just ruined an entire 40-year-olds tax. That England's going down the pan, right?
Mhm.
And they're all I see around me. I see some smart people. I see some. We've got a breakdown in inflation rates. Economics is completely cost of living, energy crisis. It's probably worse than 2008. Bring me back in February, right? So I think February 23rd, 23, there's going to be a proper meltdown like 2008.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fair. Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
for the build of confidence, Simon.
But we're not in that. Okay, so I don't.
Well, we even talked about this last week, Simon. Enrique. This is why, like, Enrique said this at the beginning, and that's why I love this podcast. We got Enrique, the chill. You know, he's an amazing trader, very analytical. You got Alex here, dude. I can get hyped on watching paint dry with Alex, and then I kind of like the balance in between. So
To be fair, I feel like Ash and Enrique could speak macros all day long, and like just for like anything else. If this wasn't a laid back Austin and your bonks and Enrique thing, like maybe Kyoto wouldn't be here. That's fair enough. This is how like laid back I know this is. Like, so it's not. Yeah, I'm not trying to deface Ash's company or anything. He hasn't sent me a Kyoto hoodie yet though, so there'll be no more of these until he does.
I'm gonna send some memes right now.
But yeah, we need that merch.
But
Enrique,
every 8.347 years, there's a cycle, right? And there's we are heading for the biggest meltdown in 2007, 2008. You know, it's all to do with the property market, what have you. Now, this is energy crisis. That's floor level. That's puts every business down. Right? Everything from the floor level, your energy price goes up. The person that can't afford his energy bill, we've got a pig, this is crypto, we've got a pig farmer right now with 750,000 pigs in the UK whose energy bill has gone from 250 grand a year to 2.5 million, and it puts him out of business. So when he goes out of business, there's now no bacon on the shelves. Or bacon goes up in price. Well, I mean, it goes up the floor price. It goes from the ground level where he goes out of company, and then you can't buy that product anymore. Where do we go? From the floor to the top, it's over. It's kind of like 1929 with tech. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Great Depression in tech that I see coming.
I mean, that's a valid point with farming, though, because we have an egg shortage at the minute in the UK. And that's part and parcel because costs are going up, because chickens are in housing and it's electricity and it's warming things, and we're importing them from Italy. But at the end of the day, you know what? It's completely off topic, but it's partly on topic because it's still energy usage. It's still carbon emitting, it's still money. It's completely off topic, but it's still partly on topic. It's
off topic but completely relevant, of course. Yeah. This is what I bring to it. I mean, I'm new to this kind of industry. I see how it's relevant, of course necessary, but you happen to be, I mean, come on, while we're all here, Alex, we spoke, you know, I'm new to this, but what's gone on with the main media with FTX recently? I mean,
well, the main
okay,
media, the main media
yeah.
has shown us a lot, I think, right? I mean, whether it was the fluff piece by the New York Times or what happened today with Forbes or the
Who's being
rumors
sued?
out, it's ridiculous. You know, I still can't believe what I've seen from the mainstream media in regards to FTX and SBF, but maybe I should believe it. So it's been really weird from our
What about who's being
perspective.
sued? Tom Hart, it's, you know, the most
Like
famous quarterback.
Tom Brady,
Tom Brady,
Tom Brady
yeah.
being
Tom
sued.
Brady.
Matt Damon being sued.
Oh
All
man,
these
so
people
many,
that
so many.
is
big
there, I
people.
mean, what? They're being
You know,
sued.
My buddy talked about this the other day, and then I seen this other guy on YouTube talk about this, about like people are mad at, like, you know, those athletes and stuff, but not mad at like major institutions that, like, the amount of money that these like athletes and stuff got paid to just talk about FTX or like have a referral link or something, bro, that is pennies compared to these major institutions that, you know, sponsored FTX and I mean, they had a whole stadium, right? Do you think? I mean, that's and no one's mad at the stadium. No one's mad at the people that own the stadium. No one's mad at the real estate group that built the stadium. They're mad at just people, and you see this everywhere where people are just mad, like they're mad that they lost money because they lack the accountability issue. And then they're like, who can I put the blame on? Who can I like?
No, but
cast
Austin, where does it
on?
end? Where does it end? So what, are we going to go after the NFL because they've been putting QQQ commercials on for the last 2 years, and the Nasdaq has done nothing.
Celebrating Pepsi that gives you fucking brain cancer. You know what I mean?
So where does it stop?
So
that's the scary thing. Where does it end? Where, you know?
I mean, I think you have to punish the people who are the bad actors, right? Like whoever, you know, I don't think Steph Curry came out thinking, oh, I think FTX is going to fall apart. I'm going to scam everybody. I mean, he wasn't a bad actor. He was just, oh, okay, yeah, I don't know anything about crypto. And oh, FTX, you don't have to know anything about crypto. That's awesome. So, I mean, it doesn't make sense to punish non-bad actors, in my opinion. You should punish who was the ones who lied and, you know, did illegal things. The day before this happened, SBF tweeted out, we have all our reserves, everything's fine. Like, I saw that tweet the day before this happened, and that was a lie. It was a complete lie. And so to me, you go after the bad actors and not the good.
That would be
the people that used
the
people that use these referral links, James, and everybody that used FTX and all these. No, nothing's wrong with it. I'm about to say the people that use these links, that now the people are mad that push these referral links, the people that use them, they were all happy when they were, you know, making 8-10% whatever on their money. But the moment things go sideways, they're like, wait a minute.
Not happy.
I didn't put money in this. James made me put money. No, you put money in this. And it's
James's fault.
£400 million man made me put that money in that. Yeah.
Hey, so Doran asked, will Crow survive? And I just wanted to hit on that for two reasons. A, I think it will survive because it basically survived a bank run, which I thought was pretty impressive. Yes, what they did was super shady, where they sent that ETH to supposedly the wrong address. I don't believe that for 2 seconds. I think they were just trying to help out that other. So they're doing some shady stuff because because for whatever reason, everyone's into proof of assets without looking at proof of liabilities. But that's another conversation. I think we talked about that last week and the week before. But I do think it's important to note that Crow did survive the bank run. So maybe that's one bright thing we can say. I don't own any Crow. I probably won't. But I just want to say that there's something good to take from the fact that it basically survived the bank run. We all kind of dogged on them. We told everyone, hey, don't put your crypto in a centralized exchange like that one. And it survived the bank run. So we should give it we should give them some thumbs up for that.
I'm not putting my money in it though.
I
have a debit card that if I ever off ramp crypto to pay for something, I'll like immediately send it there and then swipe my debit card. But I'm not gonna hold it though.
Hold it. And I don't think anybody should be holding anything not financial advice on a centralized exchange.
Agreed.
Like if you get into DeFi or crypto, you should take that next step to be able to take proper control and become self-sovereign. That's sort of the ethos behind Bitcoin and crypto in general, to take 100% responsibility. If you make some mistakes along the way, well, you're going to learn a lot quicker. It's the only way humans learn is from mistakes, ours or others. So get educated.
Exactly right, Sean.
That's with learning with, you're on about like bigger things, Bitcoin things there, and keeping on top of it and learning from it. And then we're talking about DeFi things where people will go to sleep on it for we could say weeks or maybe months. Things can change daily. Like if you're willing to put money into a DeFi protocol or anything like that, things are going to change. Like and especially protocols, things starting up. Decisions have to be made for the better of the protocol, for the better of the project, to push things forwards. If you aren't going to keep up with that, that's an issue. And we had this discussion the other day. Fair plays to both of you, Alex, Austin. When things went south elsewhere, you pinged in your Discord channels, and then you had a chat together and thought, what about everybody else that isn't in Discord? And you were straight on to a YouTube live and trying to upkeep things there for people that follow you guys, because as much as you don't want people to go, well, you made a video about it, so I did it, you still want to do the other side and say, listen, guys, something's going a little bit wrong here, or something's a little bit different. We want to keep you updated. That's how it's got to be. If you're going to invest your own money, you have to do your own research. And we have, I think, Ash, you'll agree, we have guys come in the chat on and off periodically. There's harder questions. Nobody gets hoyed out. Nobody gets banned. Nobody gets any, if you're asking it all the time and there's no, you're being part of the community at the same time, maybe, but the questions are answered. And if they can't be answered by who's online at the time, chuck them in one chat. When there's an AMA, Ash, Frank, me, whoever else is on, whoever is dealing with that subject will answer it like full force. If you can't get an answer for something, should you be there?
But this is, it was on our AMA, right? Someone came on and said, I think there's speculation, there's some fear at the moment because we've all lost money. Doxing, people don't want to dox because they've lost money before. And I called out JJ, didn't I? I was like, John, I've never been in this environment before, and doxing to me is new, right? I'm used to going around a boardroom table. I give a business card out, I send an email, here's my full name, my phone number, my address, my company's address, and here we are. So I said to John, this person came on and said, look, we've all lost money and we're scared, we're in DeFi and we don't want to give our name, we're holding back, right? And I'm like, John, have you ever invested money into anyone you don't know everything about them? And he was like, no. But this goes on. There is no person that has lost any money from someone that they know everything about. Because you knock on their door and go, where's my fucking money, right? So it only happens in this industry. And it's weird to me, right? Like, are you doxing? Are you going to go on screen? Like, what? Here's my business card. It's got my home address on it. I mean, what's going on?
I think there needs to be more accountability on two sides. One side, the investor. Like, you have to do your own research. And we say it all the time, but, the due diligence piece, you can't have these, outlandish expectations that you go into a project and everyone's nice and they're saying the right thing. So you're just going to ape in and, let it ride. That's crazy. If you're going to invest in crypto, especially, you don't do that with your stocks. Like, people that are heavily invested in stocks watch the stock market. Same here. And the way that I kind of put it to an analogy is it's like a ski slope. Like, you don't have people at the ski slopes judging you like how much you know about skiing or how good of a skier you are. You go down to Black Diamond or go down a certain slope. Same here. Like, you can't expect, there's signs along the way. You can't expect for, everything just to go smoothly and you be able to hit whatever you want. So that's one piece. And I think, with more technology coming out, like, I know the Truth Seekers is doing the Wallet Watcher. I'm sure there's a bunch of other things out there. I think crypto as a whole, we need to utilize technology to be able to send those signals and send those flags that are like, this is something that seems safe, here's why, and this is something that we're not, going to certify. I think that there is more technology to come. The more that we can do that, the less that, governments will be wanting to regulate. if we're able to kind of control ourselves by putting flags out there and putting things in place, not necessarily regulation, then we may be more successful, and investors will be more successful too in identifying some kind of rogue areas not to navigate.
Very
Great
Also
point.
say, guys, going back to the topic of DeFi.
Just one,
Hold on, hey,
one
Ash,
second, Ash. Somebody's
one sec.
phone's killing the audio.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask James a question because he has to
Oh.
leave soon, and I had one question from Mr. Pelton. James, man, no one does more AMAs than you, and no one talks more.
Oh dear.
I'm sure you kind of developed.
Enrique, you froze. Rewind.
Start over.
Enrique.
Rewind.
Start
Okay.
over, Enrique.
Okay, one question for James. Sorry. Yeah, so hey, man, no one's done more AMAs than you. No one talks to more projects than you. So I'm sure that you have some kind of like spidey sense when you talk to projects that maybe some of us don't, because you talk to so many more in volume than all of us. So if you had to share like just, one little kind of tidbit of knowledge to everyone watching, what is something that you look for right away that kind of tells you, yeah, no, this project I definitely can't move forward with?
Yeah, so you would think that with all the AMAs, I would have a better spidey sense, wouldn't you? But no, I still get scammed all the time. But really, the two things I'm looking for in these AMAs is there's ethical and then there's intelligent are the two things. And so a lot of times I'll have founders who are ethical, but they're not intelligent. And I can kind of get a sense of that as I'm doing the AMA, that like, hey, this is just a nice guy who's trying to do something, but he doesn't really know what he's doing. The other thing is you might have intelligent people who are not ethical, and I usually can get a sense of that in the AMA, like, oh, they're willing to, make ethical concessions, but they're really smart. So what I'm really looking, and then there's some people who are unethical and not smart, and that's a really bad combo. You definitely want to stay away from those. But what I'm looking for is through the questions, like, are they ethical and are they smart? Are they going to be able to do what they're talking about? So like I was mentioning before, maybe before we got on here, but revenue is what I'm really looking for. If you're offering to pay out passive income, where is it coming from? And usually just that question alone, you can get a feel for the way they're thinking through it. Some people, well, that's just the way it's always been done in crypto, is you just give out passive income and it shows up. And that is how it works in the bull market. And some people got used to that. And so, but now like if somebody answers that way, where, it just shows up. We just give out, we're going to give out 2%, we're going to give out 5%, 10%. Then I kind of, okay, this is probably an ethical person who's not necessarily, intelligent isn't the right word. They're not stupid, but doesn't know what they're doing. Naive maybe. What's a kind word for stupid?
Inexperienced.
I mean, I guess, yeah, you could just use inexperience. Yeah.
Inexperience, that's good. So that's kind of the main thing I look for. It's been weird for me coming from Nebraska in the Midwest. It's been weird for me to just have people like look me in the eyes and just lie to me. Like it's a new experience. Like it doesn't happen to me in real life. And so I've been having to, learn through that. Like, are you lying to me? Like, how can, and so I've been learning a lot about people. Is a big thing, but project founders are, so important in true DeFi. You don't have to worry about the project founders. Hopefully the contract code is what keeps you safe. But I love the AMAs. It's just the best way for me to know, are they ethical? Are they intelligent? Where's the revenue coming from? And but there's no secret sauce. I still get scammed quite a bit. So I'm learning just along with the rest of the space. That's another thing I want to say kind of as we close up. But we have a lot of content creators here. We as content creators, we don't know more than you do. Like, I'm just a guy doing the same thing you're doing, but I'm doing it on camera. But like I'm going through the same thing. I started this space, like I really got heavy into crypto like mid 2021. So I've not even been here very long. And I'm learning along with you guys. And so like the same way that you get scammed, I get scammed. The only difference is that I'm doing it on camera and, get praised.
Well, I tell people this all the time, James. I say, if every single person that is like super hypercritical on like content creators, if they want to like talk about crypto and stuff or whatever they're talking about, it could be stocks or whatever. It's like if you were to like just have a camera of every single thing you put money into as well, your portfolio, I promise you would not be 100%. And if you recorded or made a blog or whatever you feel like you would be the best at to disposing that content to people, I promise you you would look and lose money and get burnt just like we all do. And then people think just because we can make a picture look pretty or edit a video or whatever, or make a cool thumbnail, it's like you should have this hindsight to know if this is going. If I had hindsight that every project I invested in was either going to fail or succeed, I wouldn't even be doing YouTube, bro. I'd be the richest person. I'd be the hidden whale with an anonymous Discord profile picture in the Discord chats. I wouldn't even be making content.
Yeah. Well, and I love things like this, because one thing I want to see in crypto in general is like, you know, when the markets go down, people tend to get backbitey, and they start, okay, who can I get angry with about this? And it's like, man, we're all in the same exact boat. Like, we're all losing money. We're all losing money in FTX. Like, we made money in FTX. Like, we all lost it, right? And you know, so, you know, Drip comes after me and I go after Drip, and it's like, man, we're all just trying to make money. Like, I don't know. That's yeah. If you haven't been scammed, are you really?
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah, that's true.
So true. So I love things like this where, hey, like, we're just all trying to figure this out together, and you know, we're all on a journey, and different people are at different places. So, yep, that's what I'm here. I appreciate you guys. I do have to take off, but I appreciate all you guys, and
cheers, James.
Cheers, James.
What you do.
On that
Thanks,
note, though,
James.
Ash is getting grief about putting the treasury in Bitcoin, like moving things from one asset to another. It's all there. Everybody can see it, but you still get grief because of what asset it's in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's there. It's there to follow. You can follow it. You can watch where it is. It's there. It's covered. It's in a multi-sig. But you change it from one asset to another. Why have you done that? What?
Yeah. Right. It should be.
I did question that.
Why is
myself.
it USDT? It should be USDC. Oh, and you know,
yeah.
There's one thing I've learned in life. There's an infinite number of reasons to get upset. So just don't do it. That's what I'm going to leave it apart with those words of wisdom. Don't get upset.
See you later, James. Thanks for coming on.
James.
You guys.
Thanks, James.
You're open
Cheers, James.
anytime you want to come.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, Ash, I kind of stopped you short, man. Sorry about that.
That was a conversation ago. I can't remember. Okay, well, look,
We
I'll
tend to
say,
do that.
It was a point on DeFi and like my perspective of it, because you know I come from like I was in DeFi in the early days, like 17, 16, like participating. And then I left it because my business in crypto was more like centralized, but it was selling crypto. And DeFi is very illiquid. It is still in its infancy, right? You can't move $1 million around in Bitcoin without, like, you know, if you want to go from BUSD to BTC on the Binance Smart Chain network, for example, $1 million, you'll lose 6 to 8%, which is a huge amount of funds, right? Like my old exchange would exchange at 30 basis points, which is 0.3%. So I would argue DeFi exist right now without CeFi, and everyone will benefit the system. But it'll really I think someone's got text coming.
I'm having a hard time hearing Ash right now. Is somebody's phone ringing or vibrating next to their microphone or anything like that?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what I can hear.
Okay. Just check it. So Ash, you were saying that you started a centralized crypto business selling crypto over central exchange, but now you're into DeFi that's more illiquid. So do you want to pick up from there?
Yeah, look, so what I will say is my first business I started in crypto was like the exact same market sentiment as what we're in now, but worse. You know, that was when you know, Facebook were banning ads, Google were banning ads, everyone was going anti-crypto, and it felt like real cold. It felt like the horrible winter, and now is very similar to that. So anyone who's in, and anyone I knew in that sector who continued to work and you know, push for development ended up making 6 figures. You know, they made a huge amount of funds, and you know, I would say this is like exactly the same as what I seen back then, right? You have people that are continuing to stay in the sector. The loose ones drop off. But back to my point with, you know, DeFi and the liquidity, you know, we still need a massive amount of injection of liquidity into DeFi and optimization, swaps, the ability to move liquidity. Tom highlighted that, you know, we moved from BUSD into BTC. That was a strategic move. Obviously, the market had a black swan event. But BNB made this move. We thought we'd go into BTC. And to do that movement transparently whilst, in front of our community and not sending it to a centralized exchange, it was a nightmare. It was like, we couldn't do it in one click. It would cost us 80K. And to spend 80K, which is not feasible for a trade, it puts you off a bit. So, as much as I would like to trade how I used to and like participate like EAM on speculative markets, it's very hard to do that.
And yeah,
fair point.
Yeah, and I see that happening with projects a lot where they have to do their large transactions in chunks because the liquidity, the slippage would be, it would have a negative effect overall. They would lose money on the deal if they did it all in one shot. So I understand where you're coming from, and you're.
I mean, but that's an issue in traditional markets too, Alex. It happens in traditional markets. That's why you have the what are they called? The black, not black market, but black pools or whatever. And there's
dark pools.
Dark pools.
Dark pools.
Yeah. That's exactly it. And even in the traditional markets, you have that issue. So yeah, and we're gonna have that issue even more, right, Ash? Moving forward, I mean, the markets are gonna get even more liquid. I'm starting to see it quite a bit. I did some fair trading yesterday and today, and I'm seeing with some of the kind of mid-range caps, it's definitely a lot more liquid, even just a lot more liquid than a week ago, making it a lot tougher to get the positions you want right when you want them. You have to be a lot more patient. So it's a tough thing right now, especially with these liquid markets, and they're going to get even more liquid. So I have a question for everyone right here. So kind of, I guess, as far as where we are right now, where you guys think things are going to go. For example, Simon, Ash, and I'd love to hear what the rest of you have to say as well. But with things looking kind of a bit scary right now, we don't know what's going to happen with Genesis. That could really blow into something even bigger. We know that we're still not the aftermath of what happened with FTX. Who knows how long it's going to take to really see it go through. I mean, what's happening right now, it's really still the aftermath of what happened with Luna, right, from May. So how are you guys feeling right now? Is it really hard to focus on your projects with so much going on outside of you? Like, where's your headspace at?
I'll front this, Ash, because I'm going to hop out and I might be back. All right, like I'm sure Ash has got plenty of more knowledgeable things to say, but I think from I'll say it from a degen sort of point of view, because that's where I've come from in this, right? Is from like an investor's point of view and having been rugged point of view. Like at this very moment in time, not that bothered. Like really not that worried. Like it's a cycle, and I think as much as you need to pay attention to things and keep an eye on where you're putting your money. It's a cycle, and it's funny, isn't it? Because when things are green, more people are going to buy. They want to hop on the hype, and they think, oh, we can make money here. And then when things are in the situation that they are now, everyone's scared and everyone starts selling, and really now is the time to be capitalizing on sort of investing, building your assets and everything else. And I think that's where, personally, from my opinion, I've come from, Enrique, Austin, I don't know if Austin's still frozen, and Alex, I've come from sort of a real degen situation. And where I'm at now, following this and sort of learning on the fly, having Kyoto take over, and it's a learning curve. Having people that you invest in something not to make money in 2 weeks. You should invest in something because you believe in something. You've got trust in whoever's running the project. You can ask questions and you're going to get true answers. Or you're getting clear answers, or you're getting answers in general. That's where I'm at on this standpoint. I shall 100% have a more educated approach on more macros and everything else that's going on. And I'm sure Enrique and Ash could have an hour's conversation without anybody else talking. Really, on
conversation about this.
Don't you start, mate, because you could have a further conversation past that 10 hours.
This is the only part that I could actually talk about, right?
Yeah, well, I know, but I'm gonna scoot anyway. I'm gonna scoot. I might be back.
You said you're coming back. Just gotta,
Cheers, Tom.
All right, see you in a bit, Tom.
Yeah, I appreciate it, all of you.
So
Thanks, man.
this is
I wouldn't worry about the macros of Bitcoin, right? Just be patient, stick with it. You're all in this chat room or listening because you're bullish on a market, right? Don't take away from that, and just add. The BTC isn't going anywhere. Stable coins might, right? I would be mindful of what stable coins you're in, because when central bank stable coins come in, the government is basically going to try and suck up as much, decentralized assets as possible, namely being BTC, being the main one. And that's how they're going to kind of control the market in terms of the regulation that's behind the market, and the whitelisting and the centralization and the monitoring of crypto going in and out. I experienced that a lot in my old business, and I now know, how easy it is to track from any individual purchasing with a bank card, all the way through to you going onto a decentralized exchange, purchasing Kyoto and taking part in the fair launch. That's all readable now to any financial organization that wants to investigate you or look at what you're doing. So I wouldn't worry too much about the markets. They're definitely here to stay. I would worry about your positions in certain cryptocurrencies that won't make it out of this liquidity crisis. I would certainly consider liquidating any assets that you feel that the no liquidity are going to come into. And I would also look at reviewing where your positions are within the top 100. If there's positional plays that are starting to slip out and you're noticing liquidity, monitor the blockchain, understand what the movements are going on, and strategically play that. Lots of interesting things. Obviously, the largest hacker of FTX going into Ethereum. Obviously, that's now been disclosed. It was the Bahamian government and stuff like that. There's loads of stuff going on. And I would just sit and watch, be patient, and then talk about this in the future when Bitcoin's at 80K, and you can say you read through it. And that's when the OGs, an OG's in the room when they say, Bitcoin in 2013 was pretty rough. And then people talk about 16, 17 run up, 18 fall. And it's that again. And be patient till the halving cycle, and then, enjoy the run up.
That's great advice. You sound like someone that's already survived a bear market or two, right? So, and I'm assuming that this is probably the least scary of all the bear markets, right? Because I know for me, the last bear market, the conversation you have in your head is everything going to zero. Are all these alts going to zero? I remember thinking at one point 8 is going to go to zero, right? Because you just felt like, maybe this was just kind of like a tulip thing, kind of. And this time it feels so much different, right? There's so much more infrastructure. There's so much that has been built. The partnerships are actually real. You can't tell me that all these different partnerships that, for example, Matic has, right, that they aren't literally real in the real world. So it's a very different feel for me, not being my first bear market, because I'm not worried about it going to zero. Am I worried about optimizing my stable coins to, DCA into the right projects in the right spot? Yeah, that's kind of like where my thinking is, but it's no longer a thinking of, am I going to go to zero? It's trying to maximize so that when the bull run happens, I'm positioned just right. Because I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking to the bull run. I'm thinking 2024. I'm thinking 2025. I'm not so worried about next year. Simon?
You're muted, Simon. You're muted right now.
So there you go. See, I listen to you guys, right? So this is why, Enrique, the bridge is needed, right? So you're not worried. You've gone through a bear run. It's a blood market right now. But also, so your energy bill's gone up by that to that. You're not worried because you've made money. You're a smart guy, and you're not worried about your electric bill going up, right? You're not worried about the cost of apples going up, or Doritos or whatever, right? You go to the shop, you don't even look at prices. You're not even noticing a pint of milk. Like here, a pint of milk is going to cost more than a pint of beer. $8 for a pint of milk, right? Now, the average person that goes to work for their 30 grand a year with a tax bill going up, right? And the mortgage price going through the roof, and property prices going down, and inflation going up to 10%. I mean, we are in 1929 with tech for the average person. The 6 people here are not average people. You can lose 150 grand yesterday and go, oh my God, I lost 150 grand. Let's deal with it, right? And make another 250 tomorrow. That's not the person that's been an accountant for 35 years. right? He's on
Can I
30
ask
grand
you
a
a
year.
question, Simon?
I'm living like paycheck to paycheck, guys. I don't know what you guys are doing, but
Right,
like
you've
I'm
got
like teetering
27
on.
animals.
I'm like
You've got-
teetering on the edge of like complete destruction. So like,
Yeah.
and like my grocery bill's gone up about
Here's my point,
30%
because
from last
it's like-
year. It's crazy over here too, but not as bad as it is over there, I hear.
No, it's bad over here. But then
Yeah.
it's like Monopoly. You have to play the game or learn the game to win the game, right? If without knowing, everyone goes, right, a million's nothing these days. And the person that says a million's nothing has got 2 grand in the bank account. You know, we are going further and further apart. My dad's mortgage or his house was 2.5 grand, and his salary was 500 quid. That was close. Now that same house is a million, and the salary is 50 grand. It's this far apart, and society is making it this further and further